And afternoon and good morning to all of you. My name is Gwen Purushotham, and I am presently appointed to serve as the Associate General Secretary of the Division of Ordained Ministry. As an elder and member of New England Conference, I have served as pastor of several local churches, as a district superintendent for years in 2 districts. I am a member of the Board of Ordained Ministry in my annual conference and currently serving my 3rd consecutive quadrennium on the board. It's my privilege to welcome you to this webinar designed for board officers and staff. It is of 2 webinars leading up to the October training event, which will be held in Dallas, Texas. These training opportunities are made possible by shared commitment to connectional life and our connectional ministries. Of the staff of GBHEM, I welcome you and thank you for your commitment to this work. We are connected. Stars on this map represent all of you. You come from many places, and the technology allows us to share in this time together. But us and our work unite us. BOM, the acronym I use to refer to the Board of Ordained Ministry. Some of you call it BOM, and I suppose that would be pronounced BOM. Whatever you call it, every annual conference has one. Are among those who have been called to serve in this ministry of inviting, enlisting, and supporting candidates for ordained and licensed ministry in the United Methodist Church. This sacred trust is a significant commitment of time and spiritual resources. It is hard work. The Board of Ordained Ministry is ministry, simply about ministry. It is a way of getting ministry done, not a means to an end. It is itself a ministry, watching over one another in love. About the work of the board will make all the difference in the world about how we approach it, how we rate candidates. The work of the Board of Ordained Ministry can be a means of grace if you're into it with intention of caring for the ministry or the candidates seeking to discern God's call in their lives. That process is not perfect. Use of God, we can commit ourselves to this ministry, seeking to learn from our successes as well as our failures. The Board of Ordained Ministry is indeed a ministry of identifying and calling forth the gifts for particular service within the church, ministry of assisting others in discerning the nature of their call to ministry, is it of walking alongside others as they test their call, their calling. You have been called. It's a ministry. Theological reflection on your ministry practice as a board, an intentional and integral part of your work, both individually and collectively. Keep yourselves how your theology about God, the church, and mission are reflected in the way you carry out your ministry. Practice of ministry as a board reflects what you believe. Do you see incongruities? You lessen the gap between your theology and your practice. Responsibilities of the Board of Ordained Ministry is to cooperate with General Board of Higher Education in the interpretation of current legislation concerning ordained ministry. This webinar will focus on changes in legislation about which you will want to be informed. Today, we'll focus on the board. We'll look at various functions of the Board of Ordained Ministry and highlight changes. We'll discuss the relationship between the District Committee and the Conference Board of Ordained Ministry. It will review the role and responsibilities of the registrars. A resource that is available to you is the Board of Ordained Ministry Handbook. You can access this resource at GBHEM.org BOM Handbook, or on the GBHEM website by clicking under the heading Networking. Of the board are spelled out from A to AA, paragraph 635.2 in the Book of Discipline. Three, put you in relationship with others. Don't go alone. The ministry is part of a bigger process. Ways your work is connected to the other parts of the process will serve to strengthen your ministry. The word puts you in relationship with other groups, other individuals, mates who are pursuing steps toward ordained ministry are the most obvious, but many more important relationships. Your work is connected to committees on ministry. Call particularly at the time of change of status. Subnet, who out a different ministry and with whom you must have open communication. You observe appropriate boundaries. Who support and aid persons in the process. Members who are testing their call in the context of daily practice of ministry. Respect for educating students to serve in Methodist Church. And General Board of Higher Education and Ministry, charged with the responsibility to the church, inviting, equipping, and supporting faithful and effective spiritual leaders to fulfill the mission of the United Methodist Church. These play an important role outside the Board of Ordained Ministry in preparing persons for licensed and ordained ministry. The Board of Ministry Handbook is a valuable resource for tending these relationships. Chapter 1 lists those relationships, and several of the chapters are devoted to specific ways of maintaining these important connections.